Who you are and what you do in one sentence.
My name is Paula Pat, and I'm the host of the Afford Anything podcast.
I am Joe Saul-Sehy, creator and co-host of the Stacking Benjamin Show.
My name is Whitney Bonds, and I'm a content creator.
I'm Jillian Johnsrud, and I'm the author of Retire Often.
What does money mean to you?
Freedom.
It's a tool.
Purity.
Energy. Time freedom.
What's your favorite money book?
The Psychology of Money.
Put your money out and get invested.
Die with zero.
Your money or your life.
10x is easier than 2x.
Young people should stop spending money on blank and then start investing in blank.
Young people should stop investing in...
Hello and welcome to the Compounding Project podcast, where we talk about taking small steps to become healthy, wealthy, and wise. I'm your host Satish Gajula, and this episode is all about wealth, especially money mindset. I recently attended FinCon conference, which is the ultimate conference for financial creators, entrepreneurs, and money experts. While I was there, I spoke with 25 amazing guests from content creators to multimillionaires and keynote speakers. I asked them rapid fire questions about money, investing, favorite books, and common money myths. This episode is a special compilation of all those conversations. I hope you enjoyed. Who you are and what you do in one sentence.
My name is Imran, and I am a personal finance and investing content creator.
My name is Rob Berger. I'm a YouTuber covering retirement and investing.
Glenn James, run a money show.
I am Rennie, the resource. I teach people about financial literacy, and I make complex financial topics simple.
My name is Chad Carson, and I help real estate investors become financially free.
I am Bernadette Joy, the author and founder of Crush Your Money Goals.
My name is Mindy Jensen, and I am the host of the Bigger Pockets Money podcast.
I'm Jillian Johnsrud, and I'm the author of Retire Often.
My name is Whitney Bonds, and I'm a content creator primarily on YouTube.
My name is Carl Jensen, and I pretty much do whatever I want to do every day.
What does money mean to you?
Freedom.
Money means financial freedom. That's the primary thing.
It gives me the ability to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and how I want.
My favorite definition of money is life energy.
Money is a tool and a resource to help you reach your dreams.
Freedom.
Money means choices and options.
Money to me is a tool.
Money means security more than anything.
Where do you invest your money?
Mostly in low-cost index funds, and then also some cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin.
The majority of my money is invested in low-cost index funds. It's what I believe in. It beats actively managed funds most of the time.
Property and ETFs.
Real estate and the stock market.
Mostly real estate, although I also have index funds and a little bit of crypto.
Real estate, stocks, and I'm now an angel investor.
In both real estate and the stock market.
In the stock market, but also some real estate.
In the stock market, I do index funds and in myself.
VTI, like the granddaddy, the SAX.
What is the biggest money mistake that you've made so far?
Buying cars I can't afford.
I spent a lot of money early in life. I mean, if I could do it all over again, frankly, I would have started saving and investing in high school.
Purchased airline miles with cash when I didn't understand how airline miles work and I couldn't use them.
Investing in things without researching properly.
I overbid at an auction, and I overpaid for something, and that was an expensive lesson.
Trusting a financial advisor.
Not starting to invest in my early 20s.
Being scared to start investing.
Spending $50,000 on a done-for-you e-commerce business.
I had an opportunity to invest early in XAI. I think it was like $100,000, and I think it would be worth like $10 million right now.
So what's a common money myth that you want to debunk today?
Credit cards are not going to make you rich. I have a net worth of 1.4 million. And none of that came from credit cards. Focus on yourself, invest in yourself, build solid skills, network, right? All of these are vastly more important than your credit score, than credit cards.
One of them is that you get what you pay for. In many things, that's true. Particularly with investment, the more expensive the investment, the worse it will perform.
You don't have to be smart to be good with money.
I think the myth that investing is extremely risky is the biggest money myth that I hear.
The myth is that money's either too important or not important. When people say it's not important, I think they're discounting the life energy that they could have potential to do more with their life.
Working hard is going to be the path to wealth. It's good for 5-10 years, but it's not sustainable.
You do not have to have a high income in order to invest, but you need to have extra money from your income versus your expenses.
That you have to be a high earner to create financial freedom.
That like billionaires are evil.
There has to be a lot of sacrifice to retire early.
What's one favorite money book that significantly impacted your financial journey?
The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel.
My book, Retire Before Mom and Dad.
Put your money out and get invested, which is my book.
Die with Zero, a book by Bill Perkins.
There's one called Your Money or Your Life.
The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel.
I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi.
Smart Couples Finish Vanish Rich by David Bach.
It's the Bible.
It was the Millionaire Next Door.
Right, so in terms of hacks, like what is your favorite money or life hack?
Automate your savings, automate your investments. It sounds like a gimmick, but even people like Vanguard, Fidelity, they have data that shows that you will build 3 times more wealth over your lifetime by simply automating your savings investments.
So my favorite money hack is figuring out ways you can reduce your spending that don't affect your lifestyle at all. You got to make sure that the savings goes into investing.
I have what I call the 1% rule. So if my income is $100,000, I don't spend more than 1% of that.
My favorite money hack is paying yourself first.
Yeah, I'm a real estate guy, so yeah, house hacking is a way to live for free.
You put 1 month's worth of expenses sitting inside your checking account, so not your savings account. That allows you to automate your bills.
Define what is important to you and revisit that as frequently as you need to.
Saving up and planning for those smaller retirements.
Spending everything on my credit card.
Once you stop caring what other people think, once you do that, life becomes simpler and more cheap too.
What's your favorite money quote that you still think about today?
Money is not a trophy, it is a tool. Let's use this tool to have fun, to create experiences, to put a roof over our head. So find ways to spend your money.
So my favorite would be the best thing money can buy is financial freedom.
Don't chase the dollars and look after people.
Save before you spend versus spending before you save.
You want to buy like a really great business at a fair price instead of get a great price on a fair business.
I bring money to the table, not your dinner.
I don't care what you think about me. I don't think about you at all.
Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world.
If somebody wants to start their financial independence journey, and then so what one small action would you recommend them take?
Know your numbers. Like you'd be surprised. Some people, they don't know how much they make per month. They only know how much they make per paycheck. So we have to go and create a simple spreadsheet just to start, list everything out, know what's coming in, know what's going out, and then start allocating accordingly.
Pick an S&P 500 index fund, $25 a month, start doing it now. That would be my number one piece of advice.
Invest in your career first.
You simply start tracking your inflows and outflows. So how much money is coming into your account each month, how much money is going out of your account each month.
I would just say be more thoughtful about your money, how much is coming in, how much is going out.
And before you make any financial decisions, get everything organized into that one tool so that you're actually making decisions off of facts and not feelings.
Is to start tracking your expenses.
To start tracking your expenses.
Exposing yourself to what's out there.
Just trying to sock any extra dollar away because then you're giving that money most of your lifetime to work for you.
Young people should stop spending money on blank and then start investing in blank.
Designer clothes and start investing in experiences.
I'd pick some discretionary spending. Maybe it's that Starbucks coffee every morning on the way to work. And go without it for 21 days and save that money. If at the end of those 3 weeks, you really love that, whatever it is, as much as you thought you did, that's what I would suggest.
Stop spending money on shit you don't need and start investing in assets that go up in value.
Young people should stop spending money on things incited by FOMO or start investing in themselves.
People should stop investing in money, things that don't really make them happy, and invest their money in what matters. That's my motto.
Young people should stop spending money on Labubus and start spending money on experiences.
Young people should stop spending money on things that don't matter to them, but they think that matter to other people, and start investing for their future.
I don't know if it's about stopping spending money, but definitely increasing your income and investing in your 401k.
I don't think that you need to spend so much on clothes when you can invest it in things that can make you assets.
Young people should stop spending money on cars and clothes and start spending money on VTI.
Love that. Thanks for your time, Imran.
Of course, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. I enjoyed it.
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Satish.
Thank you so much for watching or listening. If you enjoyed this episode, can you do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button? If you like this episode, then you might enjoy this episode, which links in with some of the stuff we talked today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.